When I first heard the phrase, I am a parent's child, I thought, duh, we all are. As an African child, it's normal to be completely under your parents' control. But the more I thought about it, I think there is something different about being an African child. For starters, we can't always do what we want to do. Why were you so resistant for me to go to my friend's Sweet 16? Talking to my mom.
My concern and my, opinion is that because I see so many kids them today, they're doing negativity in their life is because of their friends. Some kids copies and listen to friends, while some don't. But sometimes some kids them always influenced by friends, because when they go to their friend's house and see what that friends do or how that friends respond to their parents, they will like to follow that same footstep because they think it's okay and appropriate to do so, which I don't support because I wasn't born and raised that way and we are not the same culture. So that's the reason why sometimes if you said, Mommy, I would like to go to my friend, I said no.
Key phrase, because I wasn't raised that way. I find that many parents, not necessarily just African, try to impose the way they were raised onto the way they raise their own kids. Here's Miss Lisa Bonaparte, a New York native and a parent that I met at the Oslo barbecue. Your mother, do you know how she was raised?
I really don't know. I don't think her mom was very strict either, which is maybe why she wasn't that strict with me. I think her mother felt the same way. You teach a child what you think they should know, and then you have to just hope and pray that they do the right thing.
Even though our parents raised us as they were raised, we don't always end up like them. Here's Joseph, a Ghanaian also at the barbecue. How do you think your childhood is different from the way kids are growing up today in America?
Back in Africa, it's different. In America, it's totally different. In America, it's like sometimes the parents always want to hear from the child's perspective about whatever, you know what I'm saying? So when it compared to two cultures, it's totally different. Because in Africa, it's like even you being a child, you can't express yourself, you know what I'm saying? And for that, I see it as child abuse, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because if you're not letting your child express the way she feels or the way he feels, I think that you depriving your child for developing his mind or her mind.
Maybe he's talking from personal experience, but I never thought it was child abuse. As a child growing up, I was taught that eye contact with your elders is disrespectful. So throughout school, I never looked at my teachers in the eye. And it wasn't until 8th grade when my teacher, Mrs. Seeley, really got me to notice it. He was speaking to me about an essay and I was looking down, and he would tell me over and over again to look up, but when I did, I would feel so awkward and look back down again. He told me not making eye contact with someone when you're speaking is disrespectful. This was so surprising to me, and it really showed me a pure contrast between African and American culture. But respect isn't the only thing that makes our upbringing in America different from our parents. It's also technology. Even my dad said it. How do you think your upbringing is different from the way kids are being brought up today?
Technology, for one. That's for a fact. The time we were growing up, we're not exposed to computer, no even cell phone. But now kids have, almost every kids have cell phone, computer. Technology is advanced, so that's one advantage I can say.
Yes, along with our parents, technology is also raising us. So they try to protect us from going down the wrong path. For Telem Camp, I am Fatumata, and this is why I am my parents' child.